Hey guys, what's up? It's your buddy Keith, and I am here today live in the control room at the one and only world famous Essex Recording Studios, just outside London in fabulous Southend-on-Sea, England, baby. And today we've got a wall bass to share with you. Not one, but two wall basses. For the uninitiated, wall are some of the most sought-after studio basses in the world, and some of the most expensive basses in the world. Big money, very, very rare, hard to find, especially if you're outside of the UK. I'm a bit lucky and fortunate that I am in England, where these were made historically, and yeah, luckily I got my hands on two from the same collection. So let's chat about this one. This is the one that we're going to talk about today. If you're new to the channel, hit like, hit subscribe, come join our circle of friends. There's almost 10,000 of us. Happy New Year, by the way, guys. It's 2022 now. Amazing. And oh, by the way, if you want to buy this bass, you can on the EssexRecordingStudios.com website. That's where our best prices are, and if you're in America, you don't have to pay that silly online sales tax that most of the states charge over there for buying on big websites like eBay and Reverb. But if you do prefer to buy on eBay or Reverb, this bass will be listed there as well. Okay, so this has a bit of history behind it. You might have noticed this doesn't look like just any old wall bass. This is probably what you're more familiar with when you look at this body style and this pickup. Right. Well, this is a Wall Pro bass. You can see it's got the made in England. This has the R, the reserved trademark there. This is an older one. This is an 81. You'll notice it does have the made in England listed on the little brown part of the neck there. Kind of hard to see. No R, no trademark logo. Earlier era. Now what this is someone who wanted the look and feel of the world famous Wall Pro bass, but wanted a more conventional precision jazz bass. PJ is what they call this format, because you have the precision pickup right there, that's your P bass, and you have your jazz pickup in the bridge position. So when you have both together, that is your PJ, your precision jazz bass configuration. And then also the Leo Kwan Badass Bass 2 bridge, high mass bridge. These are, again, some of the most sought-after bridges in the world. I know I think they make reissues now with later numbers, but these Badass Bass 2 bridges were some of the most popular by all of the big rock stars in the 80s, and even their guitar bridges. I had a Gibson Kirk Hammett Metallica Flying V instrument, guitar, and his had a 70s Leo Kwan badass guitar bridge on it that they had to replicate by laser scanning because they just simply do not make that bridge anymore. All right, now if we spin this around, we have this beautiful neck. The neck has its natural finish, so you feel the raw wood. Let's see here. I'm trying to see where there's a light gloss on the back of the headstock, but it seems to end where the neck joins the headstock. I don't know if that's been sanded or if that's how they were naturally done. I don't know enough about wall basses. I do know on this earlier 1981 version that we have here, the neck is all gloss, the headstock's gloss, it's gloss consistently all the way through. Another thing interesting on this, so you have PB 1348. I think I've had two other wall basses in all my years of doing this. I've had one or two, and so this is a very, very early model here. We have Pro Bass 1348 serial number. I don't believe the other wall bass I had that on the back. I believe it was brass like this one here, where you still see where it had the screw, same screw as you see in the middle there, but where the serial number was actually not on this model because of the way the pick guard is, but on on later models, I think you would have an electronics cavity here, and you'd open that up, and the serial number would be written in there along with all the woods and individual specification. So I have the cover off right here on this body, which I don't know if this was done by Wall, if it was a prototype, if it was an employee build. Again, I don't know enough about Wall, but I wanted to at least show you what the routes look like inside. You've got, it looks like the body was purposefully routed for what you see here. And then you've got your 9-volt battery that goes in there. The pots are all dated 1985. So if you see here, they're all CTS pots 137. That's the Chicago Telephone Systems, the most sought after pots. 85 is the year, 1985, and then 25th week. And on this pot over here, I don't know if you can see it, we can just see the 25 at the end. I'll try and angle the light a bit better there. You can just make out the 25 at the end there. And this pot over here is pretty difficult. It's not really legible what's on it. Yeah, I can't really make out what's there. But they all three look consistent. And yeah, that's what you're dealing with. As far as the paint on this body, so you have like a jazz bass conventional style body with rounded horns. The lacquer looks like it's kind of, I don't know what you'd call it, oxidized, or it's just aged and gotten cloudy. The body in general has kind of a satin matte black finish. But, what's awesome about this instrument is you've got the Schaller West German tuners, just like you see on this one. And you've got what looks to me to be the original brass neck plate and all premium hardware. So this is quite rare. The Schaller pickups with the gold logo, very shiny and reflective and perfectly intact. You've got what looks like a pickup switch, and then you've got 3 different knobs. And I'm not sure, I don't know if there's individual, I would guess there's probably 1 volume and then 2 individual tones. I haven't plugged this in. Now the neck is actually a fretted 21 fret Wall Pro bass neck, just like this one over here, that's been converted to fretless. So they pop the frets out, and I don't know if they just used a wood filler or what, but if you wanted to convert this back to a fretted instrument, you're more than welcome to, but a lot of people love the look and feel of the fretless wall bass. So either way, you're good to go. I think this is kind of the best position to be in because, boom, you've got your fretless if you want that. But if you want to convert it back to a fretted neck, it's so simple. You just take it to your luthier. He'll clear out that filler, pop in the frets. There you go. Versus having a fretless instrument where you actually have to cut into the wood. And now it's a serious alteration to the instrument. This is, I think, going from fretted to fretless is far less of an alteration than going from fretless to fretted. There you go. All right. Yeah, guys, really, really cool. I have to guess based on the date of the pots, that this is around a 1985 instrument. Wall basses, the Wall Pro bass, some of you might have a better idea of what year the R logo came into effect. Or you might be able to have an idea based on this neck plate, which again is, I would say, absolutely the original Wall neck plate because it has the centerpiece there. All right, and it's obviously not meant for this body. This body doesn't have a drill hole there. Yeah, really, really cool, guys. All right, well, I think that about wraps up what I've got to say about this one. We're going to do a very in-depth video on this one. I don't know if we're going to get to it today, but certainly in the next day or two. This is really, really cool. This is going to be huge for me, guys. These are not cheap in the slightest. Certainly, I think this is the earliest one we've ever had. And the spec on it is absolutely incredible. For this one over here, this isn't going to be inexpensive either, but for a wall base, okay, it's going to be about as cheap as you can possibly get to enter this brand. I mean, this brand costs thousands to enter. And the fact that this was made while Mr. Wall was still alive is pretty cool too. And hopefully someone very knowledgeable might be already familiar with this base or might know a bit more about hybrids or projects that involved wall necks on conventional Fender style jazz bass bodies. Yeah, well, I can't wait to hear what your thoughts are on this. No matter what, everything on this instrument's top of the line. The Leo Kwan Badass Bass Bridge, the Schaller active pickups, the obviously the Wall Pro Bass neck. Real mother of pearl inlays too, by the way, the dot inlays. Very, very nice. Very unique. And again, for someone wanting to either have a wall bass, but a more conventional style that might resonate more with either your sound or what your audience would expect to see on stage, this is something that you could take off. You could refinish this. You could, you know, whether you wanted to do a graphic or apply a color that makes sense with your aesthetic for your band and your project. You know, I'd say definitely there's nothing wrong with giving this body a refinish, but if you like the kind of the satin matte relic road worn look, this has that too. So it just really depends on you and your personal taste and what you want to do with it, guys. Absolutely. There's going to be people here that are going to want it, and then I'm going to put frets in it straight away. There's other people that are going to be super thankful that this is already fretless. You know, I'm curious to see who ends up getting this one. Like I said, if you want it, head on over to EssexRecordingStudios.com. Drop me a line too, guys. If you have any questions, you can always hit me up like on WhatsApp or on our Facebook page, the Essex Recording Studios Facebook page, Instagram at Essex Recording Studios. I get several direct messages there every day. I always get back to people, all right? We even have live chat on the website. If you get on our live chat, it goes straight to my mobile phone, the one I'm holding right now as I'm filming this. I might be having a beer, eating dinner, or asleep, but if I'm awake and I got my phone on me and it ain't dead, I will absolutely get back to you in the moment. And if not, it tells you go about your business, and I'll respond to the live chat as soon as I happen to see it on my phone, and you'll get the answer back in the form of an email. All right? So stay tuned. We'll have this video up next for this Pro Bass. In the meantime, I just hope you got a kick out of this one. It's not something you see every day, guys. These are the basses that bass players drool over and dream of. Might not seem like much to us guitarists. A lot of guitarists here on the channel. But trust me, this is like the absolute jewel of any bass player's collection. All right? It's something they spend a lifetime saving for, hunting for, etc., etc. Alrighty, guys. I'm out of here. More videos coming up soon after this. Bye.